Mic me up. Mic check. 1 2 1 2.
Yes, sir.
How could I not?
I don't know,
I mean,
but it's not a problem anymore.
we are live,
We're
baby.
live. We're back. It's been too long.
Way too long, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, Peyton.
Yes, sir.
Playoff football is almost to an end. It's almost over, man.
Gonna have to start to make that transition to basketball.
Oh man, I'm actually looking forward to it.
Me too.
So much to talk about there.
Yeah.
Not right now.
Not right now. We're still dialed in
Yeah, man.
on the pigskin.
All right. Welcome in, guys. Come on in. Come on in.
Come on in. Feeling good.
Yep.
Happy to be back at it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know how it go, man. Come on in, guys. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this thing, Peyton.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Yeah, we're still jamming out. Just a minute.
All right.
Yeah.
Man, welcome back to another edition of the Sportaholics, man. This is the last call. And yeah, I say that because it's the last call for the football season. I mean, it's not the official last call, but the bar is almost closing on football season, man. And it's time to wrap it up and head home. And
Final shots, final opportunities to get some shots up.
man, it's going to be a crazy transition into non-football season.
Yeah.
It's been our life for the past
5 months.
Yeah, 5 months.
Insane.
No telling what's going to happen during basketball season. But
that is understated. How are we going to handle that?
I don't know, man.
We'll make the transition somehow.
Yeah, but with that being said, I don't want to jump the gun too much.
Yeah.
We still got 3 good weekends, actually, of football season. We can't not forget about the Pro Bowl.
True.
If that's a thing still, you know.
Somewhat.
But with that being said, my favorite part of, you know, the Pro Bowl was not necessarily the game. It was the games.
Yeah.
You know, all the other events that go into creating Pro Bowl weekend. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's here in Orlando.
Mm-hmm. The skills challenge, the event itself, bringing people together. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so I would definitely tune in. Like when I was a kid, I would definitely tune in to those, you know, special competitions where the quarterback, they would have the carts driving across the field and the quarterback would have to hit it. Or, you know, it's kind of the same as NBA All-Star Weekend where they have the skills competitions and, you know, so I really look forward to that part. The game is not what it used to be anymore. They're out there playing two-hand touch, grab ass.
Well, you
football.
know, I don't even think they have the game itself anymore. They don't suit up in pads and play.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're playing flag now.
Yeah, they're playing flag.
Which is understandable in a high-contact sport like football. So I can definitely understand.
I think it was the right move.
Yeah, for sure.
It's still fun to watch.
For sure. And the same thing, the competition level in that game isn't really high. Everybody's out there just trying to have a good time. So why not strip the pads off and make it safer for everybody? So true. With that being said, man, let's go ahead and get into the show.
All right, let's do it.
Man, like I said before, welcome to another edition of the Sportaholics with my guy Peyton over here. I'm the host, Russ, and I hope you guys missed us because we miss you guys, man.
We did.
Yeah,
we're excited to be back.
So before we get rolling, you guys go ahead and lock in, man. Make sure you following us on all social media platforms at the Sportaholics. You see the name down there on the bottom of the screen. And then you can also make sure you tap into our YouTube channel at the Sportaholics as well, man. If you're not already, please make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, and continue the conversation with us in the comment section. And we love to hear your thoughts on any of the topics that we have going on here on the show. So yeah, man. If you don't like the fact that we've been missing in action for a while, please let us know.
Yeah,
because I'm not gonna point no elbows, but it's not my fault. You know, it's not
that's probably fair. I'm not even gonna try to deny that. Yeah.
Hey, but like we say all the time, man, life be lifing, and it is what it is. So we gotta roll with the punches, and that's what we're gonna continue to do, man.
That's right,
Just happy to have you back, bro.
Absolutely, man. Happy to be back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So anything you want to let the people know, man? Anything you want to get off your chest before we move forward?
Oh, I don't think so. I'm ready to just get into these segments, talk a little shop, see what you got to say. So yeah, I'm ready, man. Where do you want to start?
Okay, I'm gonna do it like this. I'm not gonna leave the people waiting, man. We got a full show packed ahead of us. But with that being said, man, the Chiefs are out here paying the refs. I don't care what anybody say. Okay, we all saw it. The commentators saw it. The fans saw it. The NFL saw it. They could call malarkey all they want. I don't really care what they got to say because it's their job to cover their own ass. Okay, I don't care. We saw it in broad daylight, and if you ask me, if those calls don't happen, we might have a different outcome of that game versus the Texans, man. Peyton, what did you think about those calls?
Wow, I'm just gonna skip over in my notes here, and I'm not really in an argument.
Guys, if we're having some technical difficulties here,
we seem to be back for the moment.
The Wi-Fi is not working.
Yeah.
Okay, the Wi-Fi does what it wants when it wants to do it, and it's not gonna stop because we want it to. So
yeah.
Oh man,
you got your rant out.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I'm sure the people saw that before we went out, and then we were making the transition to me talking.
Please continue. Carry on.
Well,
what did you think about that?
Unfortunately, in my notes here, and like I said, I'm not sure if I'm in an argumentative mood.
Mm-hmm.
But I just happen to think that this was happenstance and coincidental.
Mm.
I really do. The Chiefs, I know they got some favorable calls in that game, but the other part of it is I don't think the Texans played well enough to win that game regardless. And that's another point where we would disagree.
I definitely disagree with you.
Okay.
I think they definitely put themselves in the right position to have a chance to win. Were they winning? No, they were not. But by all means, they kept it close until the call started to go there against them. And then that's when the Chiefs decided to pull it away.
I think the most egregious penalty was the one that happened within the first couple of drives. Obviously, the roughing the passer on Will Anderson.
Yeah, that was the first one.
Which was a third down. That was a change of possession.
Major momentum killer right there.
Yeah.
Okay, and then also you suck the life out of a team when you got two teammates colliding with each other, but the call goes against them. That doesn't even make sense. Like literally, Patrick Mahomes got hit like this.
Right.
And
no, it was clear as day in the replay. He barely got touched.
And it sucks because you can't review that stuff. But by all means, like we know exactly. And I'm sure all you guys have been hearing the talking heads talk about how disappointed they are with the referees, and the commentators even mentioned it during that game. But by all means, Peyton, man, that I feel like that took the emotions out of the game for the Texans, and they couldn't bounce back from that.
Yeah.
Especially the second one.
The second one
was the dagger.
Yeah.
So,
and that was in the second half as well.
Yeah, man.
So the only reason, not to get too deep into the X's and O's here, but the only reason I thought the Texans didn't play well enough in that game is they didn't really handle the Chiefs blitzing, especially on those crucial third downs late in the game.
Yeah.
Whether it was not getting the protection right or nobody getting separation when the Chiefs brought the blitz, I thought from an X's and O's standpoint, that was kind of the difference.
Yeah.
But to your point, those unfortunate calls, it's a butterfly effect, right? Like the game could have gone a number of different ways had those calls been made differently at the time. So,
and the crazy part about it is we will never know.
Yeah.
You know, we will never know at this point. So there's no need to really cry over spilled milk in this situation. But to my point, I do think that the Texans had an opportunity to make things happen. They had the Chiefs exactly where they needed them to be, probably not where they wanted them to be, but they had them where they needed them to be successful at the end of that game. So that's just my take on it, man. But
hopefully enough attention was drawn towards the, I guess you could call it, unfair advantage that the Chiefs got in that game, to the point where it won't be another issue this weekend coming up.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and stay in the AFC here.
Yeah.
And let's talk Ravens Bills, right?
All right.
This is off the cuff, and I'm sure, I don't know if you have any thoughts on this game, but by all means, I wanted to bring this game up because I've been preaching it all year. You run the bus, right? Like you run it until the wheels fall off. I don't care if they're stuffing the if they're bringing 8 men in the box, by all means, that's exactly what we want. We have a top off offense if need be, but until then, it's a power offense, right? You got Lamar Jackson. I don't think that they utilized him well enough to beat the Bills, and they still had a chance at the end of the day to win that game. Yeah. So I thought the turnover at the end of the game was critical.
Yeah.
But
the fumble by Mark Andrews. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they didn't listen to me enough. They need to tune into the Sportaholics, because if they know, like I know, Derrick Henry should have had 30 rushing attempts at the end of that game.
And I think he had less than 20.
There's no reason for that.
Yeah.
No reason for that.
I don't have much pushback for you there because of what we saw the week before.
Yep.
When the Ravens rushed for nearly 300 yards, which should not happen in a playoff game, but that's another story for another day.
Right.
This is an undersized Bills defense, especially up front.
Yep.
I thought I would see the Ravens run the ball a little bit more. However, I think the outcome of the game was really just determined by an old-fashioned style of football, because the Bills simply won the turnover battle. They didn't turn the ball over. The Ravens turned it over 3 times. Yep. I thought that was ultimately the difference in the game, as cliche and as plain as it sounds. That was a big part of it.
And we could talk retrospect all we want here, but by all means, like the ultimate question here coming out of the AFC is, will the Bills, because that was the biggest question between the Bills and the Ravens, was who's going to get over that hump, right? So now what happens? Are the Bills going to be able to get over the hump, which is the Kansas City Chiefs, or are the Chiefs going to be back in the Super Bowl like we've seen them in most recent past? So
we'll have to tune in Friday to see.
We're not going to get into it tonight, but that's the ultimate question, man. Let's go ahead and go over to the NFC and talk a little NFC. What was your thoughts on the games this past weekend?
So the first NFC game was between the Commanders and Lions. The Commanders are just opportunistic, man. I mean, when you think about that game, Jahmyr Gibbs was running downhill. It looked like the Lions were about to waltz into the end zone and go up 14-3. And then one of those defensive linemen makes a play. Jared Goff fumbles the ball, and they're off to the races.
Man, I know that they have injuries on that team, but they came out a little flat, man.
You thought so?
Yeah, like I don't think that they were. I don't want to say that the week off hurt them, but they kind of had, in my eyes, the Lions and the Chiefs had the same energy in the beginning of that game. Like they were up against the ropes, and they were against the ropes early. Now the Chiefs, they punched back and they got the job done, but unfortunately the Lions didn't really have the answer for a spectacular quarterback in Jaden Daniels, man.
He is playing amazing football right now.
This guy is unbelievable. And I will say this, and this may or may not be a hot take. It may or may not be a hot take, but Jaden Daniels is having a better season than we've seen CJ Stroud have as a rookie quarterback. And CJ Stroud, not to take anything from him, but he wowed us in ways that we hadn't been wowed by a rookie quarterback in a long time. And Jaden Daniels is topping that. So big ups to him, man. And whoever's in that front office for Washington, by all means, you guys are doing amazing. And I know you're going to have late picks in this draft, but shoot, if you can make that happen with what was he, the third quarterback removed from the board last
Jaden?
Yeah. Second quarterback.
But
yeah. So I can't wait to see what you guys do with this draft, because if they can add pieces to that team and only get better.
Right. Which they should be able to do since Jaden is on that rookie contract. They can dip into free agency a little bit, add another piece or two on the outside.
I don't think they should change it up a little bit more, but
that's true.
Let's not really dive into that, because that's more off season.
More
talk about what they should do and what they should not do. But I did want to make a pit stop here, since we are talking about the Lions. By all means, Ben Johnson is moved now to the Chicago Bears. Right. He'll be the next head coach to lead Caleb Williams and that team into another direction. If you guys don't know, Ben Johnson is the offensive coordinator that was for the Lions.
So congratulations
congratulations to him. But how do you feel about that transaction?
This is an interesting one, and as much hype as Ben Johnson is getting here, I do think it's going to come down to Caleb Williams developing better playing habits, which I think Ben Johnson can help him to some degree in that area, but it's ultimately going to come down to the quarterback in that aspect. And for the record, this also puts a little bit more pressure on Caleb because I don't know if you heard, but he said he wanted an offensive-minded coach, and apparently he was pretty excited when he heard it was going to be Ben Johnson. I think there's just a little added pressure there. Like, he got the guy he wanted, so now it's time to perform. With that said, I like the upside. We saw Ben Johnson put on, his a creative display to a sense with the Lions. So the Bears need to build their offensive line and make it a better unit, and I think Ben Johnson can help them do that to some degree, but it's definitely not a slam dunk home run. We don't know yet. He's an unknown commodity. Mike McCarthy is a known commodity. We knew that he would have gone in there and done some things well and knows how to run a team, all of those things. We don't know that about Ben Johnson yet. So what say you? What are you thinking?
There was one thing that I agree with you on.
Okay. Huh.
Please stand by, guys.
Oh. Yeah, it's not back yet. But the audio is working.
Oh, that's so weird. It's not back.
No.
Oh, here we go.
Oh.
All right. Sorry about that, guys.
We're fighting through it. Okay.
We got that off-season rust going on.
Yeah.
All right, but
back to Ben Johnson.
The one thing that I did want to say is, you said it's not a slam dunk home run. I agree with that. But this whole transition is not it doesn't move the needle for me.
Okay.
Sometimes I really question, is the biggest goal as a coach to become a head coach? Like, and then even if that is the goal, are they taking head coaching jobs just to get it on their resume? Because as the offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions, there's no way in hell that I'm leaving the Detroit Lions to go coach the Chicago Bears. And yes, I may be an offensive coordinator, but I feel like now you may look at the tools that they have, like that, the potential that they may have, but the work wasn't finished in Detroit.
Right.
And we know exactly how the NFL treats their head coaches. If you're not an established head coach, Matt Eberflus, Robert Saleh, your boy from New York Giants,
Brian Daboll.
You
could get run out of there.
You know what I mean? So, and no, despite whatever they may say, oh, your job is safe, you don't have to worry about it, this coach is coming back for another year, things change in the blink of an eye in the NFL. So you have to make sure that you are, let's do this. You have to make sure that you are using your brain when you make these transactions or these moves in the NFL.
I guess if I'm going to defend Ben Johnson here, he's definitely getting that raise of money, like pay grade.
Right. So that's what I really want to know. I need to know the answers on what the motivation is behind becoming a coach in the NFL. So until I can really get that answer, and
because he left a good situation with the Lions. I see what you're saying.
That is my only gripe about this whole move is you had a great opportunity. You should have gone further than you did in the playoffs this year. We understand that there are things going on, but nevertheless, the Chicago Bears have so much work to do on their roster. I don't know if he's going to be there
by the time they rebuild it.
You know what I mean? So, and if he's not there, what's happening to your career?
Yeah.
You know, so pardon my ignorance, guys, but I just want to know, like, would you make that transition from offensive coordinator to one of the best teams in the NFL to becoming a head coach of a team that was bottom of the barrel? Like,
I guess it has to do with the payday. That would be my only rebuttal to it, but I hear you.
That's my biggest question is, what's the ultimate motivation? Yeah, so
it's a big question mark right now.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to game 2. Who we got, Peyton?
All right, game 2 of last weekend.
Yeah, the NFC.
We had the Eagles and the Rams.
Yep.
Yes. So my thoughts on that one.
Go ahead.
It was close to being a classic game because you had all the elements, right? Like you had Matthew Stafford as a veteran quarterback with another shot at making a run to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
You've got the juggernaut in the Eagles. You've got the snow falling. It
was a beautiful game, bro.
It was a beautiful game to watch.
Yeah.
Had the Rams gotten into a goal-to-go situation at the end when they were making that final push after Puka caught that 50-yard catch or whatever it was, I think you could go back and watch that game. Wow, that was a classic. It didn't quite get to that point. It was still a great game overall, but that was one of my takeaways from it. What say you?
Speaking of which, you did mention Puka Nacua, man. I think that despite the injuries, he had a great sophomore season to follow up his rookie season. They weren't the same because he battled whatever his adversities this year. But I say all that to say, man, this guy's gonna have a hell of a career in the NFL, by the way. But despite all that, man, Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley, bro. Man, I saw a soundbite where he said he was crashing out on his way to the end zone while he was, I don't know how long that touchdown run was, but
he had a couple of them.
He was smacking his helmet on the way to the end zone, man. And that's the type of fire that you need in a guy back there in the backfield. And if he's gonna carry a heavy load for the team, man, in a game like that,
right,
man.
And shout out to the Eagles offensive line too.
Yeah,
just moving people.
So, we can't get into it because we got to wait until next show to actually break down this game. But
we will, though.
I love the matchup between, and there's really nothing to say. I saw the Eagles winning this one by a mile.
Right. You did predict that.
But there's nothing against the fight that the Rams put up in this game. So
for sure,
I will say that, like you said,
it was close to a classic.
Close. Yeah. Very, very close to it. I think you have a lot of highlight plays in that game that you can
look back on.
Yeah, that we'll see in the reel on the way to the Super Bowl. You know, all these NFL films, the 2024-25 Philadelphia Eagles, they battled the Rams and the whatever.
You know how it is.
You know.
Yeah.
So by all means, man,
yeah.
That was a great game, and it was beautiful, man. Some of the clips that we got from it, you just see the snow falling in slow motion, and the
it was fun to watch. It was different.
It really was. It really was, man. But we got Bills, Chiefs,
Commanders,
Eagles. And Eagles.
Yes, sir.
I would have never thunk it.
Me either.
I would have never.
Maybe for the AFC, yes, but in the NFC, no way. No way.
Yeah, I didn't think that for the AFC either.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, no. I mean, even after
the Bills were my Super Bowl pick, and you can expect the Chiefs to be there. So I like the AFC, but you're right. NFC, that's tough.
You're right. But I'm saying for me personally,
I see.
I'm disappointed.
Hey, you want to get to the 2-minute drill?
All right. All right, I'm actually looking forward to this one.
Okay.
And
Should you time me to see if we can actually get it in 2 minutes?
I can time you. But
So
what I want to do is I want to move the camera.
All right.
Just so you can have your shine.
Well, I'll introduce the 2-minute drill to everybody. So basically, we're going to go over the 10 games that have happened so far in the NFL playoffs, including the wild card round and the divisional round. And I'm going to try to get it all out in 2 minutes. That's pretty much what it is.
I love that. That's good. That's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm.
Peyton, you are definitely queued up here, my guy.
Okay.
All right, let me go ahead and get my my timer ready.
All right, let's do it.
Hold on. Here we go.
Something new, something fresh.
This is going to be fun, guys. So
I'm excited for it.
Peyton, are you ready?
I think I'm ready.
All right.
Okay. Let me know when to go.
All right, here we go. Camera's coming in, guys.
Yeah.
Give us 1 second. Peyton, you're queued up, bro.
I'm queued up.
All right.
Tell me when to start.
And 3, 2, and 1. Let's do it.
So first game of the wild card round, we had the Texans and Chargers. This was simply a bad matchup for the Chargers in this one, specifically with the Texans defensive backs locking up the Chargers pass catchers. That was the story of the game to me. Next, we go to the Steelers and the Ravens. Same old Steelers, waning at the end of the year, not playing good football towards the end of the season. And a lot of people speculated that, they didn't put forth a great effort. I feel like I'm behind. Don't worry, I'm going to get there.
30 seconds.
Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Broncos-Bills. Not much to say in this one, except for the fact that Sean Payton, after the game, at some point said that the Broncos would have beaten the Chiefs had they made it. Oh, too bad you were getting beat by 24 points the round before. Packers-Eagles. The Packers lost a fist fight here.
Yeah.
That was a bruising game. Everyone was going down with injuries, so the Eagles walked away like Rocky in that one. Commanders-Bucks, the fumble.
Oh, man.
Baker Mayfield up 4 points in the fourth quarter. It's unfortunate. It happens to the best of us. And then the Commanders on a magic carpet ride, and they're still riding that ride. Vikings-Rams, Sam Darnold back to being old Sam Darnold.
Yep.
And the Rams defensive front really coming alive. Texans-Chiefs. Yeah, we already hit on this one a little bit, but are the Chiefs using rituals and dark magic?
They're paying the refs.
They're paying the refs. Okay. Commanders-Lions, opportunistic Commanders, and that kid, Jaden Daniels. And Rams-Eagles, almost a classic, like we said, fun in the snow and a lot of Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley.
And Ravens-Bills. I just thought this was an example of classic football. The team that didn't turn the ball over won the game. Holding on to the ball, having possession of the ball, that mattered in this one.
Oh, man, Peyton, that was great, man. You right on time. You finished with 1:58 on the clock, bro. Good
Beautiful
stuff, man.
I love it.
Good stuff, Peyton.
All right.
Woo!
Quick recap.
Woo! I love that for you, Peyton, man. That was awesome, man.
Yeah,
guys, if you're sitting at home, that was the first installment of the 2-minute drill. And honestly, Peyton, it's only going to get easier from here because you don't have to pack 6 games into 2 minutes every week.
Right. That's the type of style I like as well. I'd like to get more in-depth and more elaborate.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Happy I don't have to fit 10 games in 2 minutes again.
That was awesome, man. I'm glad you were able to get that accomplished, man. Oh, man. Oh, where do we go from here? Where
we could probably wrap it up.
All right.
We did a pretty good show.
Yeah, that was good, man. Peyton, I appreciate you for taking the time out to prep that, and that was a really good segment. I'm not gonna lie.
I liked it.
Yeah,
it was fun.
That was really fun.
I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, that was really fun, man.
Yeah.
Guys, what was your thoughts on the playoffs so far? If you're looking forward to our take on the upcoming championship games, by all means, we'll be locked in on Friday.
Yes.
So you could catch us here.
It'll be a little earlier. We're not 100% sure on the time yet, but 5, 6 around there.
We will let you guys know what time we'll be streaming on Friday. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram to stay updated on what time we're going live. But man, we really do appreciate you guys for tuning in. Anybody that's made it this far in the episode, man, we really do appreciate the love. So by all means, man, just continue to support. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and also tell that friend to tell another friend. So that's where the fun begins.
Absolutely.
All right. So
yes.
Until next time, man. Peyton, do you have anything else that you want to say that hasn't been said already?
Hey, per usual, just appreciate everybody watching. We look forward to putting out more content for you guys. And as always, we want to hear what you guys think too. So don't be afraid to throw a comment in there, whatever you think. Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and leak it because I think it should be known. But we have a huge transition happening very, very soon. After the Super Bowl, we're going to be transitioning to a new format. And I'm really looking forward to that. And seeing how it goes and how we grow as a podcast, man. So
super excited for that.
Yes,
and
man.
I think you guys should be too.
You guys should definitely be tuned in to the Sportaholics every week, man. If you're not already, I don't know what you're doing with your life. But with that being said, man,
come on in.
Come on in. All right, we out of here, man.
We out of here.
Good show.
Peace. Good show, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.